Hey there, welcome to day 98 of the Let's Grow Annual Challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with a gravelly voice apparently this morning. Today we are going to look at an area of physical growth that we want to improve or to soap up. We're going to soap it up, meaning starting tomorrow, we're going to apply the SOAP framework to it. It is an improvement framework, an improvement process that you can use for absolutely positively anything, any challenge, any setback, any obstacle, any little problem that comes your way. You can use this process to automatically get the best possible results for you at the time and going forward, right? So I like to have a process for that. I like to teach this process for that. I came up with it in 2020 during the pandemic, the beginning of the pandemic, because like so many other people, I was like, okay, what do I do now? How do I move forward? How do we keep the world moving forward given all the craziness that's going on? And in the beginning, it didn't seem like such a big deal. So I started a challenge called the Get Up and Go Challenge. I was doing challenges anyway. So I thought, okay, how do I get up and go and keep moving forward given all of the changes and all of the obstacles and all of the things that are now in front of me that weren't in front of me or us before, right? All kinds of little things and big things that we never anticipated were now things that we needed to deal with on a daily basis. So that's where the SOAP framework came from. And of course, I always had a process for doing that, but I never formalized it. And I certainly never shared it with anybody. It was kind of just my secret weapon for dealing with the world and dealing with challenges and obstacles and things as they came up. And it worked really, really well for me. And it works so well that I have it installed in my subconscious now. And through repetition, that's what we do. We'll do it every month this year. We've done it 3 months in a row now. We'll continue to do it because it's such a powerful process. Just like so many tools we can have in our toolbox to help make our life easier. Why the heck aren't we using them? You know, if you need a hammer and a screwdriver and a wrench and a pliers and a couple of tools at home, why would you not always have those in your home, in your little toolbox? Of course, my little toolbox is out of reach, but I have a little pink toolbox that I keep pretty close to me. I always know where it is. If it isn't like, you know, I always know where it is so that if I need a tool, I can use it to do the job and save myself a whole lot of stress and anxiety. So how are we going to go about deciding what area of our life we want to improve with respect to physical growth? I like to, and part of why we've done the exercises that we've done over the last few days and thought about our core values, thought about our definition of physical growth, etc., is because that information helps us to understand ourselves better and know what's the number one thing we want to work on. What's the number one area we want to give a little more attention to and apply this process to? Because if we apply it to the area that's giving you the most trouble and you have success in it, guess what? You'll apply it to all the other areas and aspects of your physical growth as well as your life. So what I like to do is look at my priorities. I go back and I'm like, okay, what are my physical growth priorities? What were my overall ratings for the different areas of physical growth? Probably the ones that are super duper low. If they are also high priority, that's automatically going to show me the one I want to work on. What current challenges are you having? Right now, I overslept today. I'm having a challenge with not wanting to get out of bed in the morning, which is crazy because usually I pop right out of bed and I start my day in my morning routine. In the last couple of days, it's been like, I just don't want to get out of bed. Maybe it's because usually spring makes me more excited, but maybe because it's getting cold, warm, cold, warm, cold, warm, and it's, you know, messing my circadian rhythm and everything else up. I don't know. So that's one thing. So what are your current challenges that you're having? What opportunities for growth do you see right in front of you that would be so easy? Maybe you got a free gym membership and you're like, wow, I've gotten offers for this before and I've never taken advantage of it. Maybe this is a sign that I should take advantage of that and see if that helps me with my physical growth and development. And then long term, are you picking something that will really make an impact on the overall physical growth and sustainability? Will you be able to sustain it and do it going forward? So if I look at, and we did the 7Y exercise, so that really gets us down to the core yesterday. So that gets us down to the core reason we want to improve our physical growth. So let me go back and take a peek at my list. My number one priority and ranking was exercise, activity, movement. And my rating for that, let me go back and see what my rating for that was. I skipped a page in my notebook. I don't like doing that because I can barely fit the whole year in anyway. That's spiritual. I'm going back too far. Well, that also has to do with activity and movement. I rated myself only a 5 in that, and I need to be above average with my movement because I have physical challenges that if I know already from past experience, if I don't keep moving, I'm in big trouble. So my area to soap, I'm just deciding right now, and I better write it down since I'm committing to it, is physical, actual, I'm going to say exercise, even though I obviously don't like that word very much, but I'm going to say movement and activity. That's going to be my area to soap. So our action item today, pick one area of physical growth that you want to improve and you want to apply the SOAP framework to over the next 4 days. And tomorrow we'll hop into the S of the SOAP framework. Any questions? Of course, there's a write-up in Guide 2 of our Let's Grow Annual Challenge private group, Facebook group page, as well as, there's actually 2. There's one, I remember I used ChatGPT to create a little bit more detailed information about the topic we're having every day, and then I create a story to go along with that. Well, the first one is Penelope's story, and it made up its own SOAP framework. And so since it wasn't my SOAP framework, the second one is Patty's story and Patty's experience using the SOAP framework after I defined it for ChatGPT using my SOAP framework, our SOAP framework, the SOAP framework for the Get Up and Go Challenge, the SOAP framework since COVID, the SOAP framework that we use for Supersize Your Business, etc. So redefine it. So there's actually 2 stories there, and I get a kick out of it when things come up with their own SOAP framework or their own definition for acronyms, because it just gives me other insight and to ask myself, is part of that better? Is that something that I should incorporate into what I'm doing as well? Because guess what? I'm always continually improving and growing and learning too. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll of course be with you tomorrow, and we will hop into the S, which stands for story or situation for the SOAP framework. Have an awesome day.